Okay guys, this is going to be the video review of Transformers Combiner Wars Silverbolt. I want to apologize for the extreme crudity of this part of the video. The first part, I actually shot the in-package portion on my phone, and the video format that it was in, Windows Movie Maker, that I used to put these videos together, didn't like it, so I'm having to reshoot this thing with my actual camera, and the figure's already out of the packaging. So I just wanted to apologize. Anyway, Silverbolt's box. He got a painting there of him on the front. This Combiner Wars Silverbolt. We got the black Transformers Generations, Combiner Wars Superion. Got some stuff there on the back, bio. Superion, the whole 9 yards. Anyway, that's it. Anyway, that is going to wrap it up for Silverbolt's box. I'll be back in a flash, and we'll talk about the figure in vehicle mode. Okay, guys, here we have Silverbolt out of the package and in his vehicular mode. And before we start talking about him, as always, these guys are coming with collector card, artwork on the front. Pretty cool artwork of Silverbolt there, I think. And on the back, your generic Transformers Generations. That's it for the collector's card. Anyway, before we start talking about Silverbolt specifically, let's go ahead and just grab the other aerial bots and see if I can get them in here for a group shot. Since, well, just bear with me, guys. I'm going to have to actually move the camera back to get everybody in the shot together. Let's just pick the camera up. Sorry for the bouncing. And I have to say, I think they look pretty good together as a unit. Pretty nice. Yeah, I know Drake Strip's not in this, but let's be honest, he's the odd man out. Anyway, let's go ahead and move the camera right back where she was. And don't worry about the other aerial bots anymore. Let's move them off to the side. And yeah, we'll just talk about Silverbolt. He is a pretty good looking Concorde in his jet mode, very G1-esque. I definitely enjoy this. Silverbolt honestly impresses me just as much as the deluxe figures do, as far as quality of the individual figure of a combiner. All these figures, even individually, in my opinion, are quite excellent. Which for Hasbro is just, they've never done combiners this well in their entire history, in my opinion. Anyway, he does have one point of articulation in this mode. His nose cone can move down, because from what I understand, the real Concorde, if it's in supersonic flight, for some reason his nose goes down. Whatever, Obviously, he's got robot on the bottom syndrome real bad, but all Silverbolts have suffered from this, so I'm not going to deduct anything from the toy for that. I mean, whatever. He's very nicely detailed, as you can see. Lots of molded in detailing on him. Some really nice tampographed Autobot logos. I've got really, no complaints. I mean, other than the giant robot on the bottom of the plane, no complaints about the vehicle mode. And if you want, you can, of course, mount the big giant Superion gun on the bottom of his vehicle mode, and it looks, kind of silly, but it is an option if for some reason you want to do it. There are actually two holes for both, handles there on his gun, and there you go. That's what he looks like with a big giant honking gun on the bottom of the Concorde. He does have, there is one thing I left out so far, he does have landing gear. It doesn't roll or anything, it's just molded on plastic, but it's there. And he sits on his landing gear quite nicely. Yeah, overall, I do like his vehicle mode, even though it suffers from the robot on the bottom. Anyway, that's basically going to wrap it up for his vehicle mode. I will be back in a flash to go over robot mode with you. Okay, guys, here I have Silverbolt in his robot mode. But before I start talking about Silverbolt in depth, let's get his team out here with him. Here he is with Firefly, Alpha Bravo, and Skydive. And I have to say, look pretty darn cool as a unit. Really nice. Anyway, let's go ahead and get his compatriots here out of the way, and we will talk about Silverbolt himself. Now, man down. I'll pick him up later. He looks really good in robot mode, I think. This is just a great looking Silverbolt, pretty much from all angles. Can't really complain about him. Let me go ahead and just get his weapon out of his hand. Show off his articulation and all that. He's got, if you want, foot pivot, bend at the knee, thigh swivel. He's got ratchet joints. Clickety-clackety ratchet joints there at the hips. No waist rotation. Ooh, he's got the clickety-clackety on his shoulders. Ooh, yes, yes. Love it. Bicep swivel. Elbow bend. No wrist rotation. And head on a ball joint. So, overall, very decently posable and very cool looking. And, of course, you can adjust his wings as you prefer. However you want them flared out or whatever for robot mode. I personally like having them like this. And this is, again, and I keep repeating this theme throughout these Combiner War reviews. And that is, he is an excellent individual figure. And I would recommend him even on his own. He is very cool. Excellent, excellent representation of Silverbolt. I have pretty much no complaints about this figure whatsoever. I can't think of any. He is really good. Yes, they could have added a few more points of articulation, but honestly, that doesn't matter to me very much. He is just an awesome, awesome, awesome friggin' figure. Yes, I know I'm gushing all over him, but he's awesome! Alright, now, his gun. If you want, you can give him the big old Superion gun, because his this is like his buckler. It combines with this gun for, get on it, Superion rifle. And yeah, if you want, he can hold both handles of the gun. Angle the camera up here. And look at you, he's about to really shoot you. So that is an option if you want. You also, of course, it separates. And he can hold his rifle like this. You can mount his buckler on his arm. And that looks pretty cool, I think. Or if you so choose, you can mount this as an arm cannon a la Megatron there. So, you got lots and lots and lots of display options for Silverbolt. Very cool. Definitely like this figure. And yes, like I said, again, I'm going to say the same thing. I would recommend him even all by himself. No reservations about it. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pause right here. And when I come back, the big moment, we are going to have Superion. Well, Superion mostly. We're going to have a drag strip limb. But other than that, we will have Superion. So, I will be right back, and we will see what the first Combiner Wars Combiner is like. Okay, guys, here is the moment I have personally been waiting for. And you guys have probably been looking forward to this too throughout these series of videos. And that is time to form Superion. I've got all the parts ready for the combination, and I'm going to go ahead and just form them up real quick and show you how quick and easy this is. We'll take Silverbolt here and put on his limbs. And the cool thing about this is just how easy this is. It just literally slides into place. It is super easy to do this. Nope. Come on. Let's get this other leg in. Again, just slides into place. And now, we at least, let's get him forward a little bit there. We got his legs on him. And now, for the arms. And it's just as easy on the arms. It's got the same type of socket. And the spring basically goes back. It snaps into place. And it's secure, as you can see. It's not going to fall out. Real secure. It's easy and secure. They did a wonderful job on the joint systems. Joint system for this combiner. For Combiner Wars. I really want to congratulate their engineering team on this. It's absolutely great. And there you go. Now we got big old Superion. Ready to rock and roll. Let's go ahead and just get a few comparisons out of the way. Here he is, next to Masterpiece Grimlock. And Grimlock approves. And as you know, this guy is roughly leader class size, and he towers over Grimlock. So let's get a more apt comparison there, just so you can see how he scales with another fairly modern combiner that I have. Here he is with the G2 Fall of Cybertron Bruticus, and I have to say, excuse me, Superion is superior, no pun intended, Superion is superior to Bruticus in pretty much every single way. He looks better, better articulation, much more stable. No individual bots are no comparison. This guy blows this guy clear out of the water. I am really glad Hasbro took the lessons they learned from this guy and improved their new combiners by leaps and bounds over what came before. Anyway, just to talk about Superion now. Obviously, we got the Decepticon in our midst that we've had since the beginning. But, next wave will fix that. I already went ahead and took the liberty of arming him up. I'll go ahead and just give you a quick, 360 of this guy. And he looks pretty good from all angles. Very cool looking, combined mode. I don't really have too many complaints about this. He has pretty darn good articulation for a combiner. He obviously bends there at the knee. He's got a thigh swivel. All directions at the hips. No waist articulation, obviously. Shoulders are on that wonderful universal joint. All directions on that. His elbows, since they're robot bits, they rotate, bend, all that fun stuff. Now, his hands. You're wondering, why do I got so many weapons in his hands? Well, on the old combiners, all of the weapons would pretty much officially combine into one big giant gun. They don't do that all the way on this guy, but the nice thing is you can still put all of the weapons in the hands. Now, just pop the hand off, whatever. I'll show you some of the wonder of the hands here. It has these 4 fingers here, are one piece. They can move together. Thumb is articulated, and the cool thing about the hand is it can be a left or right hand depending on which way you move the thumb. So that is appreciated. I'm sorry, appreciated. That's not a word. Appreciated. So go ahead and put these weapons back in this guy's hand here. And there you go. And obviously this arm, I gave him the big Superion gun plus some extra guns, and that looks pretty darn cool. Overall, I am highly, highly, highly impressed by what they managed to accomplish at this price point with these combiners. These are outstanding. I can't compliment it enough. It's not perfect. Sometimes if there's enough weight in the arm can droop some. I mean, it's not absolutely perfect. There's no ankle tilt, for example, in the feet. But overall, though, posable, solid, looks great. I mean, really, what can you say? It's an awesome figure. Of course, the thing, everyone complains about are these darn antennas on Superion's head. I know those can be fixed. I'll probably do that fix later on. But overall, for the price you pay and for what you get, you know, would I rather pay about $100 and get this, or pay $600 for a bunch of third-party figures and get something somewhat better? It's an obvious choice here. I've never spent, you know, this thing is just, I know I'm gushing all over it, but it really exceeded my expectations. As so far, this line has exceeded my expectations. Yes, I had some trouble with Alpha Bravo, but you know what? So what? When he's in his limb mode, you can't even tell about that crack that's on him. And he's just going to stay in limb mode. I don't care. He's whatever. He's a limb. The other guys, I can separate them whenever I want, make them robots, whatever. You know, this, like I said, gushing all over it, I know. But this is just a total revelation, in my opinion, you know, for Combiners, for Hasbro. Excellent job. That's all I have to say. Do I recommend picking all these guys up to form Superion? Well, that's a pretty obvious, I think you can tell from my attitude. Yes, of course I recommend it. If you can afford it, and it looks cool, and it's something you're interested in, yeah, get it. Don't hesitate to get this stuff. Anyway, as always, if you guys enjoyed this, please rate, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, share. And as always, I really hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'll catch you next time.